Let's just jump straight into it. How much money can a facilitator make? Well, this is something that people ask us a lot on our channels. So we have a website called workshopper.com. We teach people how to do facilitation, how to run workshops, how to get more clients. And it is really one of the most common questions. Well, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is I can tell you the different rates that I know of, but the bad news is there's no standard rates for a facilitator, because as a facilitator, you can kind of do anything. Meaning, sometimes I'm being asked to do a 3-day leadership retreat, and I'll charge differently for a 3-day leadership retreat than I'll charge for something like a product workshop or an ideation session or a design thinking workshop, etc., etc., etc. So what I try to think of when I'm talking to people or when I'm training facilitators is I try to help them figure out what should your base day rate be and how high can you go. And one of the best ways to think about this as a freelance facilitator, this doesn't really work when you're internally at a company, but one of the best ways to think about this as a freelance facilitator is how much money do you want to be making per month? What's the minimum amount of money you want to make per month? So I have a friend and she's a facilitator and she's someone who used to work at AJ&Smart, and she's figured out that if she can make $4,500 per month, that would cover all of her expenses and allow her to have some savings. And she's also figured out that she only really likes to work like 4 or 5 days a month. So that's a really simple way that she figures out how much she should charge per day, because she basically takes the number 4,500 and divides it by 4 or 5, and then she says that's her day rate, and that's how she starts. But from what I've seen, people generally are in the range, the low range for facilitators, especially if you're able to actually do things like facilitating a group, is usually around $400 per day. That's sort of mid-level or beginner facilitator. And a normal range for someone who's been facilitating for a couple of years and who's a skilled facilitator who can facilitate at any company, any topic, can really handle group dynamics, that would be about $1,000 to $2,500 per day. So you're looking at a day rate of $1,500 to $2,500 per day. But then there's sort of this top 1% of facilitators. These are facilitators who can, make any workshop for any type of team, any type of company. They can work with C-level, they can work with VPs, they can go from Silicon Valley companies to corporates. They're really flexible facilitators who basically can help any team, any group at any company make important decisions or solve big problems. These people I've seen, and this is sort of the range that my company charges, these people are getting from $15,000 per day to $35,000 per day for facilitation. I've even met a guy, which is, for me, I don't know how I would ever get to this day rate, but I've met a guy who charges $75,000 per day. And what he does is problem solving facilitation. That's way out of my range and way out of my league. But that's like a crazy high level, and that's something most people will never get to. But this range of about 15K, about maybe even $10,000 per day, the people who are generally very good facilitators and build up an amazing client network using the types of tools that we use at AJ&Smart to find clients. I'm sure we'll make another video on that. If you want a video on how to get facilitation clients, actually, let us know in the comments, because if you don't want that, then I don't have to make it. But really, you can hear I'm all over the place with numbers, right? I'm just telling you numbers. But really the low end, the lowest you should be looking for is around this range, let's say $400. That's really when you start out with facilitation, but you're good, you know what you're doing, you've taken a few programs, you are a good facilitator. $400 per day should be sort of your minimum asking price. And average, the people I know who on average do facilitation, their day rate, meaning that their main job is facilitation, they've maybe been doing it for a couple of years, they're usually taking between $1,500 and $2,500 per day. The top 1% of facilitators that I know, the people who are really nailing it also with client acquisition, so they have lots of demand so they can really pick and choose, those people are able to go from this range of 15K to 35K per day, which is just amazing. And that's kind of the range that the people I train, I'm trying to get them to this level where, one workshop or, one leadership retreat that they run could pay for 2 to 3 months of their living costs. And why make a video like this? Well, first of all, I think it's interesting for you to know what the ranges are for a facilitator out there on the market today in 2021. And second of all, this is just one of the most common questions. We make these videos about workshops, about facilitation, but we never address like, well, how much can I just get paid per day? And that's why I wanted to make this. And I know I'm just rambling and talking really fast, and I just wanted to get this out, and I'm just a little bit hungover and drinking a very strong coffee. But overall, it's a fantastic job, a fantastic role to have. One of my favorite things about it is, one day I could be working with a Silicon Valley company on some cool product issue. The next day I could be on some crazy retreat helping them solve huge company problems. This is what I love about facilitation. The day rates are also fantastic right now. If you want to learn more about facilitation, there's a couple of things you can do for free. Down below this video, there's a guide. You can click on that, you can download it, and it's going to tell you a bit more about facilitation. We're also going to talk a little bit more about the career of facilitation. Number 2, subscribe to this channel. I'm sometimes making videos on facilitation. And let us know in the comments, what do you want to know about this career? What do you want to know about becoming a facilitator? We'll make more videos on those things. So I'm gonna drink the rest of this iced coffee and try to get rid of this headache. So have a nice day, everyone.